Hey you all, also hi to fellow dressmakers. You're welcome to another interesting tutorial. I'm Confidence. In this video, I'll be showing you how to join all the pieces needed to make this beautiful panel dress. The one you see in the middle is the one I saw by Sisi Jola, and I made the one you can see on the left hand side and on the right hand side. And if you're interested in learning how to make this beautiful dress, definitely keep watching and let me show you how. From the last video, we drafted the patterns and then we transferred the patterns to the fabric, and I explained how to go about the interface if you want to. For me, I cut out the interface that would be stopping just below the waistline. I didn't cut the one that will get all the way down, and I explained that I'm going to join the center front first, press open the seam lines before I interface, and they said that I was going to repeat the same thing with the lining. Join with my half inch, press open the seam before I interface this one, and even infuse my wording on the bust area. So yeah, I also explained that I've gone ahead to just do the exact thing I explained on every other pieces. I only needed to show you how to go about the center front. So yeah, from the last video also, I shared how I cut out this lining, and that's how this fabric folding came about. So I would advise that if you haven't seen that one, please go ahead and see that so that you understand what we are doing here. Now we are going to just start sewing. Yeah, I'm going to first do this center front, which is just the only one I have left from interfacing. And after I was done, this is what I have. I've gone ahead to interface and also infused my wording on the bust area, just on the fashion fabric, and this is what the lining is looking like. Now I'm going to take the side front pieces like this. Then I will take out the pattern. This is the shape of my wording on the bust area. I just cut out my wording from my under bust upward, and you see the shape that I gave it. I'm going to take out the pattern so that you go ahead and start joining. Then I'm going to take the two fashion fabric, yeah, the two of them. I have an under bust notch here. I have the under bust notch, so I'm going to just match them up like this, pin it down so that yeah, they will align when sewing. And then I'm going to just sew. Then coming to this other side, I'm going to place under bust your under bust, match them up, pin it down. Then I'm going to start sewing like you see me do it here, just the same way I'm indicating here. And because we threw the dart while drafting, you see that the two of them that they are lining on this top part. So I'm just basically going to start from the top and sew it with my half inch added allowance all the way down. Then basically repeat the same thing on the lining here. I'll match up the underbust notch and match it up here too. Then since I already checked on my fabric and they are the same, I'm just going to start from the top all the way down. Then for these back pieces, I would advise that don't take out your pattern until you are ready to sew, so that yeah, you don't use the side seam as the center back. Do you understand? So just as you still have your pattern on them, just go ahead and place them like that so that you don't get confused, and then you know which one is the center back and which one you need to join to the other side pieces. So I even notched the center back on the fabric here and indicated the top part. So I'm just going to just match them up using my pattern as a guide so I don't make any mistake. I'll just place them the same way I'm going to sew them and match up the waist notches that I have, pin them down. Then I'm going to repeat the same thing. You see what I said about notching the center back so that I know that this one is the center back. So I'll pin them down too, just the same way I'm going to join them. And now it will be easier for me to just go and join with my half inch added allowance. And after joining, I'm going to press open the seam lines like what you see here. So I've curved the bust area here, and I pressed open the seam lines, and you can see this white stuff. It's just a cutting stitch that I used to hold down the sewing allowance that I pressed open. If you have watched my other bustier videos, you'll see how I go about my bustier to make it cupped and molded like what you're seeing here. So now we are going to talk about the sleeve without wasting much time. And for the sleeve pieces, I have about 15 inches by 14 inches. The 14 inches is where we'll be having as the strap length. Remember, I measured 5 inches for the front, 7 inches for the back. That's a total of 12 inches, and I have 14 inches here, which means that I have about 1 inch to join for the front and 1 inch for the back. I just wanted to have excess so that I don't have any shortage at the end of the day. Then for this other side, I have about 15 inches, and I will advise that you make it just as wide as you want it. depending on how full you want the sleeve to look. But for me, I'm just going with this 15 inches here. So on this 15 inches side, I'm just going to fold. So I'm going to notch this part, yeah, notch this other part to know that this part will be my strap length, and then this other part will be the sleeve width. On that sleeve width now, that's where I'm going to be folding just to knit, just tiny. And this is what I have after folding and ironing. You can see how smooth it's looking. Next thing we are going to do now is to just measure from this joining here. I'm going to measure from this joining to this other joining, and I have about 7 inches, and I don't want 7 inches to be the my neck width. You understand? So I'm going to start from that joining and come out here 1 inch, then come out on this other joining to 1 inch. Do you see what I did? Yeah. Then measure what I have from that point to the side seam. But to know where I will stop fixing the sleeve to, I'm going to do my bust measurement divided by 2. I'll mark it, then measure what I have left from that point to the side seam, and divide that into 2 equal halves and share it on both sides. And that will be my side seam shaping later. So I'm going to start from this part that I marked here to this other part that I marked, and that's where I'll stop fixing the sleeve. Do you understand? And then I'm going to just fold. You see this part that I folded earlier? Just fold like half inch, and then you're going to place it like this. Right side of the sleeve going to the right side of your fabric, yeah? Then you pin it down. Then you're also going to fold this part with about half inch and place it on this part that you marked. That's that's like where you stop fixing the sleeve to. You understand? Then you're going to distribute this excess you have here nicely. Just go ahead and take your time and distribute it nicely this way. Then you're going to just sew it down. I pinned it down, and then for the back now, you're going to place it like this in a way that you have your center front, yeah, the center back. Then you're going to place it this way. You see what I did? Yeah. So now I'm going to first mark out my zipper allowance, and then from that point to the joining, it's so small. So I went out about 1 inch from that joining. That's where we join the center back and the side back here. Yeah, from that point I went out to about 1 inch, and then I did my measurement. So this part now is where I'll start fixing my sleeve. From this 1 inch I went out from that joining, I will pin it down, fold like I folded on the front part here, and then pin it down. Then fold this other end and pin it down on this part that I marked, just like this. Then the excess I have, I'm going to distribute it just like I explained for the front part. You're going to just add tiny pleats depending on how the width of your sleeve fabric, yeah, depends on how much you're going, how bold the pleat is going to be. But yeah, just go ahead and stitch it down and repeat the same thing on the other side. And after I was done, this is what I have. Without wasting much time, we are going to be turning the neckline with the lining, and I'm doing it this exact way you see me do it here, matching up the joining on both sides. That's like the joining I have on the lining, the joining I have on the fashion fabric. I'll match them up and pin it down too on this other end, and also pin it down on this end. And then we are going to just sew. So I'm going to sew from this fashion fabric so that I follow that same stitch that I used to join the sleeve earlier. I'll just follow it and sew it all the way to the other end. Then after that, I'm going to close the side seam. But then I remember that we are supposed to add pockets. Yeah, you're going to repeat the same thing with the back too. Place it like this. Make sure that you're using the accurate or the lining that you're supposed to use for each side, so that you don't use the lining that was supposed to go to the left and use it for the right. Then you're sewing from your fashion fabric so that you follow the joining you have earlier, joining the sleeve to the fabric. Do you understand? And for my pocket, this is just the easiest way I go about it. I just measure the length that I'm comfortable working with, like this. And then the width, you're going to make sure that the width that your hand will pass easily, so that the pocket won't just be a decorative one. It will actually be a functional one. So yeah, measure to make sure that the width is what you're comfortable with, like what your hand will easily pass. And then you're going to cut 4 of that. You need 4 pieces, 2 pieces for each side, and then 2 pieces, yeah, 2 pieces for each side. Then to join, since I forgot to notch this Y cutting, I'm just going to measure from this armhole downwards to about 1 inch below my waist line. Yeah, about 1 inch below my waistline, or you can even maintain your waistline, but I would advise that you go down 1 inch or 2 inches or even 3 inches from your waistline, and that's where you start fixing the pocket to. Do you understand? So here that I marked now and notched, I'm going to place my pocket this way, right side to the right side. Then I'm going to join it following the side seam shape that I have. I'll repeat the same thing here on this other side, pin it down where I marked and sew it down. Then after that, I'm going to be closing the side seam. And after giving it a thorough pressing, this is what I have. And yeah, this is coming out together. The next thing now is to work on the Aso-oke, the highlights of the dress. So I'm using this one like I already showed you earlier for this. It's contrasting, yeah, and that's exactly how I want it. First, I'm going to fold because I'm not going to use this whole weight you're seeing here. So I'm going to fold about 0.75 on this top here, and I'm following the colors I have here to fold. Do you understand? This black one, I'm just using it as a guide to fold so that I have it uniform. And as I'm folding, I'll be pinning down. You can decide to do this with your hot iron. It's even advisable. Just take it to your ironing table, and then as you fold, you iron and it stays in place. And because this is flexible, it's going to go with your neckline. Neckline is almost straight, but not straight. So yeah, I'll pin it down here, and then I'll pin it down here too, just to keep it in place so that it won't shift. And then coming down here too, I'm also going to fold. At this point now, you can decide to measure from this folded one down to where, like how wide you want this to be, and until you're comfortable, just from that point you're going to fold from that point. Then for the side seam, you see that I have excess. Please make sure that you have excess of this. Don't match it up with your dress side seam. It should be at least 3 inches more than what you have on the side seam. Then I'm going to pin. After folding, I'm following this other color too to fold, and I pin as I fold. And right after folding, it's now time to give it that sweet slant. So I'm just basically going to use my ruler to slant it first, then I'll show you how to go about it to have it accurate. I use my ruler just to have a sweet slant, and afterwards I'm going to be cutting it, adding about half inch or 1 inch allowance so that we use that to fold. And after folding, it's going to look like this. But then to do it accurately, I'm going to measure from this cup joining, yeah, 1 inch. That's exactly where the Aso-oke will be stopping. That's why you need to fold on the top and the down first. Then from your cup curve on where the Aso-oke will be stopping, yeah, on your cup, yeah, you're going to just give it another slant like this. The first one is just a guide, then this one now is the one we are working with, and yeah, it's going to just stay exactly how you want it to be on the cup. That's why you have to use your cup joining as a guide. After folding the stroke on the top and on the down, exactly where it stops on your cup, on that point, that's where you're going to go out 1 inch before you now slant. I took it out and placed it on this one. I hope it's not confusing. You are trying to match up these same colors we have on the Aso-oke. Yeah, we are going to do this in a way that it looks like we are adding a bias, because in essence we are doing this on a bias now. So yeah, after using that to trace it out, make sure that it is accurate. Make sure that the lines and the colors are matching up, and then once you're sure of that, you're going to join. Use your pin at this point. Use your pin at this point. Once you're sure measuring them, just go ahead and pin it down, because if you don't pin it down while joining on your sewing machine, it is likely to shift, and any small shift, the colors would be distorted. So after joining, I went ahead to fold this part off camera and use my hemming gum to hold it down. I already folded earlier, yeah. The first one that I folded, I use it as a guide to fold the second one that is joined to their shoke. Do you understand? And then I use my hemming gum. You can decide to run a stitch on this line, like use, since I have black here, I can use a black thread to run a stitch there, and yeah, nobody's even going to know. And yeah, I'm going to tack this part just along this part that I pinned, just randomly on this cup part. Then here you see, looking at what we are trying to copy, you see that this part is a bit curvy, so don't make it straight. Yeah, except you want it pointy. It's also nice. Then coming here on the underbust, I'm going to be stitching it down here just to keep it in place. Just run a stitch like this to keep it in place. And then after that, you are going to be closing the side seam and that's pretty much about it. For the closing, you're going to make sure that you're not stitching down the Aso-oke. In case you're also as small as I am, see that my Aso-oke is almost getting to my side seam. So keep it out of place, and then you're going to join following the same shape you have here. You're also going to follow the curve of the pocket here and make sure that what you started stitching here is also what you started stitching on the other end of the pocket opening. Do you understand? Then after that, we are going to trim off this down part. Just see how pointy it is. Just make it rounded like a circle that is supposed to be. And after trimming, I'm going to fold this down part, making sure that this selvage is out of sight. Close the center back, fix my zipper to where I allocated for the zipper, and then give it a thorough press afterwards, and your dress is ready. I hope you found this tutorial very helpful. If you did, let me know in the comments, and I'll be seeing you on my next one. Be good. Bye.